It's a rainy day in Brooklyn, New York as the DC Demons face off against the Brooklyn Bulls. Now the Bulls are on fire this season, only have lost one game so far, as DC's been up and down so far this season as well. As we look, the offense of the Bulls is ran through Isaac Taylor Johnson, one of the best running backs in the league, and their defense is just as elite as it was last year, with middle linebacker Ross Jones, outside linebacker Traylon Evans, and the other outside linebacker Damon Pollard, who's a converted strong safety into linebacker. This is one of the most athletic defenses with a sneaky offense. DC, like I said, has been up and down all season. Can we make any big stops against one of the best running games in the league? Only time will tell. Also, at the end of this game, we'll be halfway through the season, actually after this video. So, hopefully we'll be excited for the second half of the season, and I'll have hopefully a power rank in the next video as well to show you. Next, let's get into the video, and as the game starts, Brooklyn is on offense with star quarterback Neve Watts. He got picked up in free agency this past season as he gives it to Isaac Taylor Johnson. He breaks 3 tackles. Can he break one more as Eddie Cruz tries to catch up, finally gets taken down at the 25-yard line. Let's see that one more time as Isaac Taylor Johnson shows his power, balance, speed here. ITJ is one amazing back. He was with Sacramento last year. He ends up in Brooklyn as they use his talents greatly, as now he catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage and gets about 3 yards. Number 27 showing why he should be MVP. Neve Watts under center. He was with the Vipers last year, and now he's here as he sits in the pocket. He throws to the right side, and it's caught by Casey Griffin. Watts has really changed his game. He went from a scrambling type quarterback to now he's a pocket passer first with an electrifying arm, as they give it to Frank Murphy as he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to set up for the field goal here. Demons almost get it blocked in the rain as the ball's up and through the uprights. Brooklyn is up 3-0. Now here with the Demons. Samuel having a good season so far, giving it to Chris Young Jr. for a gain of about 4. Samuel has definitely improved his throwing mechanics this past offseason as he throws it again to Roger Thompson. Thompson is leading the league in receptions and receiving yards so far by a huge margin. Now, rain over the middle of the field, and we're going to no huddle here as now Damian Samuel under center again. He loads up, and he's trying to find someone open. He sets his feet, throws to Constantine on that left side. Christos Constantine has been a sleeper receiver in this offense, as there's no pressure there, and Constantine finally gets open on that left side. Now Samuel getting pressured here, throws over the middle to Constantine again. He changes his stride here, breaks a tackle, runs away, dances into the end zone, touchdown. DC right there using their tallest wide receiver in the league, Christos Constantine, bodying that DB as he turns back around. Marion Ray cannot take him down, and now Christos Constantine puts the first points on the board for DC, as now again we see it one more time. Breaking a tackle and just outrunning the defender. That is an insane play, as now DC's up by 4, as now the Bulls give it to ITJ again. Lambert throwing him down. 3rd down and 4 again. Neve Watts under pressure, throws it quick, and it's caught! Casey Griffin again. He's always our dynamite in any franchise we have. Whenever we face him, Casey Griffin gets open. And just a reminder to subscribe and to try to get these videos as soon as they come out, as now ITJ gets stopped for a loss. 2nd down and 10 now. Neve Watts under center. Giving it to ITJ again. He almost breaks a tackle for a gain of 5. The Demons have been kind of struggling this year on defense, a little more than they did last year. Last year, they were the best defensive unit of all time. This year, not so much. Now, ITJ gets another first down. They've been struggling against good running teams. Luckily, there's not a lot of those in this league, as now ITJ again only gets a yard. 2nd down and 9. The Demons have been held up by their offense so far this season, as now Watts gives it to ITJ again. He breaks one tackle and he tries to fight forward for another big gain. He's averaging 8.3 yards a carry. Neve Watts again. They're just running him up the middle. ITJ gets a gain of about 1. They're settling for the field goal here in the rain. The ball's kicked and it's through the uprights, as now the Demons are only up by 1 point. We're into the second quarter as they give it to Chris Young Jr. He finds his blocks, he hits his speed, and finally gets taken down at the 47. Chris Young Jr. is one of the fastest running backs in the league, especially when his blocking gets set up, which this year, I think because of his speed, has really shown how good this offensive line can be in the running game. They've also shifted their right tackle, Marvin Ephraim, to left tackle, to hopefully try to get those run plays to the left a little bit better, which they tend to run to the left a lot more, as Chris Young Jr. again gets perfect blocking, and that change has worked beautifully. 1st down and 10 now, with 29 yards to go. Damon Samuel under center. He's under pressure here. He's trying to run away from a sack. He throws off his back foot, and it's almost intercepted by Ross Jones. He was right there for the pick, but he dropped it. 2nd down and 10 now. Roll out by Samuel. He loads up, and as he throws, he gets nailed from behind. 3rd down and 14 now. Samuel under pressure throws, and it's caught just barely. Pollard was right there on the perfect coverage. Let's see that again real quick here. Is perfectly set through the coverage. Oh my goodness. Last year, Samuel could not throw that ball, but he's really improved this year as a passer. 1st down and 10. Again, under pressure, Samuel trying to use blocks in front of him. He gets gain of 5. There is rumors that they might be looking for a new quarterback next year. It all depends on how he plays and how far they get this season, as now a big hit to Chris Young Jr. That's his only issue, is he's a very small back. Now again, Samuel throwing to the screen to Young, but he gets no blocking, gets stopped at the line. But like I was saying, depending on quarterback, it really depends on how far we can get into the season. And that's through the uprights, because just looking into next year, we're looking at to be way over the cap. So there might be some big changes. So we're going all in this season as ITJ gets another ball to him for 3 yards. Watts again under center. And he's passing. He's getting pressure. He avoids one sack. He throws the left side to Casey Griffin again. We're saying his name all day today. And now again, Watts again throws to Casey Griffin, but he can't get his feet in bounds. It'll be Demons' ball after the punt. Demons are still up 10-6 here. Is now thrown across the field to Thompson again. He is absolutely obliterating this defense. Pollard is on him. Perfect coverage, but he's still getting open. Is now Young getting some yards here. And I gotta say, Samuels is throwing the ball perfectly. Perfect placement on a lot of these passes. Now Samuel trying to run away from pressure. He throws down the field to Constantine, wide open. Into the red zone. Now, Samuel throws to the right side, and it's overthrown to Thompson again. 2nd down and goal here. DC has kind of struggled here in these in the red zone and on 3rd downs, but right there, Chris Young Jr. gets the touchdown. So we fast forward to the Bulls. End of the 3rd quarter, ITJ breaks the tackle. 1st and goal, getting about a gain of 5. 4 yards to go. ITJ gets the ball, and it's 17-12 now for the Brooklyn Bulls. Next drive here, Samuel under center. He backs up, he throws off his back foot, and it's almost intercepted. What a bad pass. McNeil right there almost got the interception. You know, Wes McNeil's been in this for a very long time. One of the most veteran safeties in the league. Former Defensive Player of the Year candidate. 2nd down and 10 now. They're flipping the play at the line. They get the ball off just in the nick of time. Chris Young almost accelerates through the hole as Ross Jones takes him down from behind. Now Samuel, 3rd down and 8, throws it to Thompson, and he's stopped. Marion Ray right there, plus Pollard with the tackle. Now ITJ gets the handoff after the punt, 2nd down and 2, and he makes a big gain right there. 1st down and 10 for the Bulls. Can they make this comeback happen? As now ITJ gets another handoff. He breaks the tackle. That was the one thing he's kind of suffered in Sacramento the last year or two, just for the fact that they run the gun and they don't run the ball a lot. But here in Brooklyn, they're running it, the offense through him, as now Neve Watts under center throws a right side, and it's almost intercepted. 3rd down and 9. The Demons need to come up with a stop here. Watts throws over the middle of the field, and it's caught by McCoy, their tight end, and it stopped before the 1st down marker. 4th down and 3 as the Brooklyn Bulls go for a long field goal here in the rain. Ball snapped, it's kicked, and it's through the uprights, as now they're only down by 1 point. DC needs to run out this clock here. 5 minutes to go. They decide to pass. They throw it quickly to Michael Ingram, who gets absolutely annihilated by Marion Ray. 2nd down and 4 now. They give the ball to Chris Young Jr. out of the shotgun, and Ross Jones is right there to wrap him up. 3rd down and 3. They give it to Chris Jones again, and Ross Jones wraps him up yet again. And they're going for it here. They're trying to be not conservative. They're being super aggressive here. I don't think they should do this. 4th down and 2. Samuel throws to the right side. It's almost intercepted. So now they give the ball back with 35 yards to go, and they get offsides to ITJ. Gets hit by Asper, but it doesn't matter. Fast forward to 2nd down and inches. The ball is given to ITJ again. He stiff arms a defender. He breaks another tackle. That's another touchdown as Brooklyn is up now by 6 points as ITJ breaks many tackles right there. They go for 2, and now DC's down by 7. They give the ball to Chris Young Jr. trying to get that run game started at least. Keep them on their toes. Samuel changing the play at the line. And they give it to Chris Young, and he gets stopped by Evans. 4th down and 2. Now, Samuel throws it to Thompson, and he's open for the 1st. 1st down and 10. 2:54 to go. Samuel under pressure. Perfect protection, though, but the ball is just slightly overthrown to Michael Ingram. Now again, Samuel throws it quickly to Constantine as he falls down. They're going to call it 3rd and 1, but he was wide open. And they give it to Chris Young, and it's going to be 4th and inches. This Brooklyn defense is absolutely on fire as they give it to Samuel up the middle on the QB sneak. That's going to be a 1st. 1:50 to go. They give it to Young. He gets some protection, but again, Ross Jones just comes out of nowhere and wraps him up. Samuel running away from trying to throw it, and it's out of bounds. He needs to set his feet a little bit better there, and now he's trying to run, and Ross Jones again with another tackle. The best middle linebacker in the league, showing why he's called that. 4th down and 5. Samuel backs up. Protection's there. Roger Thompson makes the catch over the middle of the field with 50 seconds to go. They give the ball to Chris Young Jr. and Ross Jones yet again with another tackle. Second down and 13 now. They're changing the play at the line after the no huddle. And Samuel, perfect protection, perfect pass to Constantine! There he goes! They need to use a timeout, and they finally do. Now, Samuel is running with the ball, and he dives! Touchdown! Samuel right there. All they gotta do is hit the PAT, and they will be tied. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. With 19 seconds to go, they want to win the game. They don't want to go to overtime here. Samuel throws the ball, and it's almost intercepted, and it doesn't matter. Why did they do that? As now the Bulls win 24-23. DC was way too comfortable, way too aggressive. After that horrible loss to Brooklyn, now we're back at home facing the Philadelphia Revolution, as their best players are quarterback Electric Johnson, wide receiver Ladarius McDuffie, defense is middle linebacker Ty Banks, and strong safety / athlete Tawny Dillon. Tawny Dillon is a short linebacker playing safety, basically. And Ty Banks used to be a running back. So, their defense is super athletic, and so is their offense. Ladarius McDuffie can pretty much make every catch possible, and Electric Johnson can make every throw possible. But Electric Johnson's having some issues with interceptions this season. And after this last game against the Bulls, the Demons are going to have something to prove against Philly. So hopefully DC can come out on top, but let's get into the game here. The second game of the video. Johnson gives it to our former running back, Angel Akins, up for a gain of 8. Angel fought his way out of DC last season due to the amount of carries he was getting, but now, as we see here this year, Demons running the ball a lot more. Now here we go, Electric Johnson giving it to Angel Akins again, as Akins gets stopped by Jack Ingram. Third down and 4. Johnson under center, getting pressured. He gets sacked by Harden. Damacruz Harden's having an amazing season already, being top 5 in sacks. Now to DC. Now Roger Thompson, who made some big plays last week, makes another big one right there. And like the last game I talked about, we did move Marvin Ephraim to left tackle for runs to the left side to get some better blocking, as Chris Young Jr. gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Third down and 2 now. Another stretch play. They give it to him, only a gain of 1. Revolution have one of the best run defenses in the league, so they're trying to get it started, but it's just not working. It's now Angel Akins gets stopped for a gain of 4. McDuffie is on that left side. Will Johnson pass here? He does. And he throws to the right side to Brent Bobo. Out of the backfield, he gets tackled. Big first down. Receiving back, playing fullback. What a play there. Now Johnson. Perfect protection. Sin in the pocket. And he throws to the right side, and it's caught. And it's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Johnson used to be the type of person to scramble first. He was a lot like Samuel with a better arm. But he's really trained to be better in the pocket. But this season, he's thrown a lot of interceptions so far. Now Johnson gets lit up as Asper almost makes a big interception. Let's see that one more time. As Harden gets the pressure and Asper plays the ball, but he just couldn't get his hands on it. Third down and 9. Another big pressure situation as McDuffie makes the catch, but it's fumbled. They call it a fumble. Franklin Welch jumps on it. I don't know if that's going to stand, but let's see that again as Johnson throws it. McDuffie's wide open, and he looks like he fumbled the ball. I don't know what they're going to call it as they look at it again, but what a pass. And McDuffie, they're going to call it a fumble. As now the Demons give it to Chris Young Jr. again, and he gets tackled for another loss. Second down and 11. They give the ball again. Young gets perfect protection, hits the left side. Tawny Dillon's right there, misses the tackle. He gets more blocking down the sideline and finally gets taken down at the goal line. He gets chased down, but Chris Young Jr. shows his speed. Angel Akins could not do that last season for this team. But now Calvin McWilliams is in the game. Obviously Young's tired, and McWilliams dives, touchdown! DC up first in this game. Just like last game, so it does not matter. But still, they're up. They're going to be up 7-0. Now here, Revolution, give it to Angel Akins again. He breaks a tackle. He fights forward for a gain of 7. Angel, like I said, he has one of the best ball carry visions in the league. He gets in trouble with his mouth a lot. I mean, he's on his 3rd team in 3 years, and now Johnson breaks one tackle, and that's Alexander Zander, the speedy tight end, coming across the field, and Johnson could only get that ball off after he broke that tackle. First down and 10. Johnson under center, throws to the right side. It's intercepted by Asper. Asper's having a good season so far as he picks up an interception. Second down and 10. Chris Young Jr. gets some blocking. Ty Banks is right there, and he gets stiff-armed out of nowhere. Banks looks like maybe slipped as the running back did a move, but it still doesn't matter as Roger Thompson gets a big catch over the right side. Now again, Samuel under center again, pressure. He's running to the right side. He loads up, he throws, and it's intercepted by Brad Banker. Run support CB right there, sitting in a cover 2 zone. Right place, right time. Now Angel Akins gets perfect protection on that right side on that run and gets a big first down. That counter play was perfect for Angel. He really sold it, put his hips down, and got a big gain. First down and 10. They give it to Angel again on another counter. He breaks a tackle, and he finally gets taken down. Angel is on fire this game. And like I said, DC's having a hard time stopping some good running teams here. As again, Eddie Cruz misses that easy tackle, and finally, Angel gets taken down. First down and 10. Johnson gives it to Angel again. He takes it to the right. He breaks one tackle, but gets taken down by Asper. Second down and 8 here. They're in the ace formation. Johnson hot routing a couple people. Let's see if they run again. Nope, it's a pass, and he gets good protection. Angel Akins gets the catch for a gain of 3. Third down and 7. I think DC's gonna send a blitz here. Johnson sits, okay protection, but finally gets some pressure, and he gets taken down. Dahmer Cruz Harden is on that partial sack. 4th and 14. They're gonna go for the field goal, and the ball's kicked through the uprights as Philly is now only down by 4. DC needs something to go here, as now perfect pass to Michael Ingram on that rollout pass. Samuel loads up, throws a perfect beam right to that right side. First down and 10. They give it to Chris Young, and he gets tackled for a loss. Chris Young is struggling this game after having one big gain, and after that, nothing, as again they stop him again. Third down and 15 here. Samuel changing the play at the line. And no pressure here, but wide open Michael Ingram. He dives for the first. He just hits that zone perfectly on that cover 2. And now again, Samuel throwing to the right side again to Christos Constantine, who dives again. They don't want to fumble like McDuffie did. Let's see that one more time. Perfect pass. Christos Constantine is showing up again in his career. He had a star first couple years, and then he fell down, and now he's coming back up with DC the last 2. First down and 10. Samuel under center again, getting some pressure. He runs to the right side and he almost slides, but he gets taken down for a gain of 6. Last year, he ran the ball a lot. This year, he's not running the ball as much. He's really getting comfortable in that pocket. I mean, he's a young quarterback. And like I said, the DC Demons are looking for maybe a new quarterback next season. But if they make it to the playoffs, I think they'll stay with Samuel here. As now Chris Young gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. Other than that one big gain, he's really struggled here. 3rd down and 3. And the ball is snapped and it goes to Young again. And he gets tackled for yet another loss. 4th and 4. DC kicking the field goal and it's off the upright. They have one of the worst kickers in the league. And now it's still 3-7 here as Johnson throws a perfect beam to Xander on that right side. Speedy tight end. Getting wide open on that out route as now Aikens trying to get some going here. Good spin move. 2nd down and 5. Johnson under center with another toss play as Perry gets a big tackle for a loss. 3rd down and 10. Johnson sits in the pocket, throws to the right side, and it's just caught by Ladarius McDuffie. Perfect body control. Let's see that one more time as Eddie Cruz just gets absolutely obliterated off that line. And McDuffie just gets his feet in bounds, makes an amazing catch. And that's the one issue that I have with Eddie Cruz. We're trying to play more press, and he's just not a corner. As now again Johnson throwing a wicked throw over the middle of the field. Eddie Cruz can get a lot of interceptions. I just think his coverage just isn't that good for the type of corner he is. But Eddie Cruz did just make a big tackle in the backfield right there. 2nd down and 13. They're trying to man up McDuffie and put a second guy over there as a perfect pass to Angel Aikens as he just runs out of bounds. 3rd down and 2. And Johnson gives it to Aikens again, and Aikens fights forward for the first. That was the one thing he did good last year with DC, was able to get that extra yard or two when they need it. 1st down and 10. Johnson in the empty, throws it to the right side. It's almost intercepted by the rookie Young. He's not a rookie, but he was drafted by DC this past offseason. He's done pretty well in that slot position. As now McDuffie over the left side making another amazing catch. McDuffie's looking to have his best career season on year 8. 1st and goal. And they give the ball to Angel as he cuts to the right side and gets taken down by Lambert III. Stuart Lambert, I mean, he's a small linebacker, but he wraps people up. He's a pretty good linebacker for this DC defense, as right there, he got stuck between trying to guard two tight ends, and they're up now 10-7. 1st down and 10, DC needs something to go. 4th quarter, as Samuel throws to the right side, and it's caught by Michael Ingram as Dylan on the tackle. 1st down and 10, Samuel throws to the left side to Chris Young Jr., who makes an acrobatic catch there, but the blocking just couldn't quite get there in time. Ephraim is still getting used to playing left tackle, but so far I think he's playing a little bit better. And now again, Samuel over the middle to Constantine. Again, Constantine with a big catch when it's needed. Samuel really likes his big receivers like Constantine. Roger Thompson's actually pretty short for a tight end. He's only 6'2" or 6'3", but still he likes bigger targets. As now Samuel running away from pressure here by Riddles, and he slides and gets a gain of 9. 3 minutes to go. Chris Young under center, giving him the stretch play. Perfect protection for Chris Young down the field, and that's a touchdown for Chris Young Jr. As we're going to see that again, they just sealed the lanes perfectly, spread out that defense. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Revolution as Johnson throws a pretty crazy ball that gets knocked down. He's coming out of the empty. Johnson sets back, throws to the left side, and it's caught for the first. Is this going to be like the Bulls? Are they going to come back like the last game? Johnson throws over the middle of the field, and it's caught yet again for a big first down. DC is struggling right now. They don't know what to do. I think they're trying to double cover McDuffie as much as they can, and they do. They triple cover him, and Young right there with the interception. He got drafted. Let's see that one more time. Johnson sits in the pocket, throws over it, and Young just plays it perfectly. And now DC throws a screen pass to Chris Young Jr. And that's a big gain. They have to use a timeout. Second down and 2. It's looking good for DC here. Samuel under center trying to run out the clock a little bit. Chris Young Jr. breaks one tackle. He spins and gets taken down. Out of bounds. Not necessarily what they needed right there. First down and 10. I think they should run the ball here. And they run almost a play action as they throw it over the middle to Roger Thompson for a big catch over the middle of the field. They're forced to use the timeout. First down and 10. Next play, they throw a big pass over the top to Michael Ingram. Year 14, and he's still an athlete there. Pretty much making this game out of reach, but let's just watch here as Johnson throws to the right side to Ladarius McDuffie again. McDuffie getting his feet in bounds. Second down and 8 here. In the empty, Demons are looking pretty aggressive here in this front. They throw a blitz at him. Johnson breaks one tackle, and there he goes. Harden throwing him down. Almost head first there. Third down and 11. 1:30 to go here. Johnson throws over the middle of the field. It's almost intercepted by Jensen. Jensen's had a good season so far too. DC is where all of these, I don't want to say no-name defenders go, but they go, have good seasons, and get paid somewhere else. And now here we go. Johnson throws the right side. It throws an interception. A back-breaking interception to Eddie Cruz here. McDuffie just did not get up on that ball. Eddie Cruz, like I said, a lot of his interceptions are coming at the end of games like this. Now Chris Young gets the handoff. They're just trying to run the clock out here. Second down and 3. They're going to pass the ball. They give it to Roger Thompson, but no, it's intercepted. Tanny Dillon takes it back, and he outruns everybody for the touchdown, but there's not enough time. It's going to be 16-21. They're going for 2 here. Johnson sets up, throws to the right side, and it's caught. They're only down by 3 now, so they just need this onside kick. And the ball is kicked, and it's picked up by the Revolution. Oh my goodness. DC is absolutely in pain right now as Johnson throws to the right side. Eddie Cruz picks up the interception out of nowhere. He's a good zone coverage cornerback. He played Johnson like a fiddle right there. Perfectly. I was just saying that Eddie Cruz isn't that great, but then all of a sudden he makes these amazing plays in zone coverage at the end of games. As Demons now win 21-18 after they just lost the last game. Hopefully they can continue this roll that they are on. I say that every game, but the Revolution really sucked. I mean, they had 5 turnovers for the whole game. Johnson had one of his worst games as a pro. And overall, the Demons could have played better too, but the Demons sneak out a win, and I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.